2024 has been an incredible year for roller coasters. Today, I'm going to look through all of my new for 2024 coaster credits and pick out the best and the worst in an award show type of fashion. Without further ado, let's get straight into our first category. Starting off strong, this category goes to the ride that was the biggest surprise to me when I visited. Maybe I had the ride very low on my pre-trip rankings and it moved up a ton. Maybe I had ridden the ride before and a re-ride changed my opinion. Yes, this is the one category that includes previous year credits. It all just depends on a few factors, which makes this category a little interesting. And the nominees for biggest surprise are The Beast, Kings Island; Orion, Kings Island; Thunderhawk, Michigan's Adventure; Maverick, Cedar Point. And the winner of Biggest Surprise 2024 is Maverick at Cedar Point. Coming into the year, I had not ridden Maverick in around 2 years, and was very excited to get on my second favorite roller coaster in Frontier Town. And the park, I'm just playing with you guys. But nothing could have prepared me for just how good this ride would be. Back 2 years ago when I first rode it, the ride was almost a blur. I couldn't recall anything that happened. I just knew that it was a really, really good ride. And then it happened. One fateful August day, I got my first back row ride on Maverick. And from that point on, I couldn't get enough of the amazing ride experience. Maverick just has so much going for it. From the insane ejector airtime, to the fun launches, to the great snappy transitions. While I still think it gets beat from Steel Vengeance, Maverick is not to be missed in a trip to Cedar Point. And that's why it won the biggest surprise category. The opposite of a pleasant surprise is a big disappointment. And unfortunately, there were a few rides this year that did not live up to the hype or were just bad. This is definitely not the list you want to be on for this year. And the nominees are Backlot Stunt Coaster, Kings Island; Mystic Timbers, Kings Island; Comet, Hershey Park; and Banshee at Kings Island. And the winner, or loser, depending on how you think about it, of Biggest Disappointment 2024 is Mystic Timbers at Kings Island. I came into my Kings Island trip expecting Mystic to be a top 10 or even just top 15 coaster for me. And considering I only have around 60 coaster credits, that shouldn't be hard for a ride that should have been number 2 in the park per my pre-trip rankings. With Kings Island's lineup being as deep as it is, this ride really should have been better. Mystic felt slow, dull, and even a little rough in some sections. I heard some people say that it was running slow this year, so maybe I just need to give it another chance on a warm, sunny day to really get the best of this highly acclaimed wooden roller coaster. Another very deep category. Best front car goes to the roller coaster with the best looking lead/front car. This category is pretty self-explanatory, and the nominees for best front car are Millennium Force, Cedar Point; Wildcat's Revenge, Hershey Park; Diamondback, Kings Island; and Comet at Hershey Park. And the winner of Best Front Car 2024 goes to Diamondback at Kings Island. Come on guys, you knew this was gonna win. The sheer detail and scale of this front car is amazing, and the fact that each of the trains has a different color just adds to that in my opinion. Wildcat's Revenge is close, but Diamondback did it first. This is easily the most contested category of the video, and goes to the ride with the best restraint. Again, pretty self-explanatory, so let's get into the nominees for best restraint, which are the Intamin T-Bar on Millennium Force; the Intamin Over-the-Shoulder Lap Bar on Skyrush; the New Gen Vekoma Family Coaster Lap Bar on Snoopy's Soapbox Racers; and the B&M Clamshell on Candemonium, Orion, and Diamondback. And the winner of Best Restraint 2024 goes to Snoopy's Soapbox Racers and the new gen Vekoma Family Coaster Lap Bar. Yes, a family boomerang just won Best Restraint. And no, I don't care what you say, the restraints on this ride are amazing. They're super forgiving, have a comfortable shape, and even have easy to reach grab bars if you so desire. If this is the ride that gets some of the little ones into roller coasters, I will bet that it is in part due to how amazing these restraints are. And now, it's time for the big categories. The best and worst new roller coaster credits of the year. Starting off with the nominees for worst new credit of 2024 are The Bat, Kings Island, Wild Mouse, Hershey Park, Wolverine Wildcat, Michigan's Adventure, Comet, Hershey Park. And the winner of worst new credit of 2024 is Wild Mouse at Hershey Park. This ride had zero of the qualities that are required in a good ride. The trains were uncomfortable. The restraints were terrible. The track looks dated and downright ugly. And the ride is rough and uncomfortable at almost every point along the track. With Hershey Park being as good as it is, this ride should have been removed yesterday. Some people may disagree with me, but if you have the credit, Wild Mouse is an instant skip on a trip to Hershey Park. Now it's time for the other half of the coin, the piece de resistance of yearly awards, the best new credit of the year. And the nominees are number 1, Diamondback at Kings Island. This ride is textbook B&M hyper, with tons of floater airtime and a long ride experience. Diamondback also sprinkles in some elements that set it apart with the splashdown and the amazing theming. Not to mention how beautiful the new paint job is. Number 2, Skyrush at Hershey Park. Skyrush is a jack of all trades and a master of one, forces. Skyrush has some of the most intense moments of positive and negative G's on any roller coaster, and with the new restraints, it is more comfortable than ever. Number 3, Orion at Kings Island. Orion has made the list in 2 categories so far, and this makes number 3. Sure, it's not too crazy in the forces department, but it doesn't need to be. The drop is long, the restraints are comfortable, and the track is ultra smooth, making for an excellent giga coaster. And finally, Wildcat's Revenge at Hershey Park. RMC does it again. Wildcat's Revenge is incredible from start to finish. The pre-lift is cool, the drop is amazing, and all of the moments have a purpose. Even if it's the shortest on the list, it still packs an immense punch that rivals even the best at Hershey Park. And the winner for Best New Credit of 2024 is Wildcat's Revenge. This ride is just so good, and headlines an amazing lineup at Hershey Park. And that is gonna do it for the 2024 Roller Coaster Award Show. A lot of these rides have separate reviews and videos going into them, so I hope the results were not too surprising. Thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays. See you next time. Bye.